Hi guys, this is Sadik from Debugging.com. In this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest DerpFest ROM based on Android 16 onto Pixel 6a, 6, 6 Pro, the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL. So please take a backup of all that on your phone and let's get started. First off, get the ROM zip file from this link and the recovery as well for all these files, and these phones are given here. These are the code name and the phone names are given as well. So for now I'm using the Pixel 6a. So for example, go to this link, get the ROM zip file from here, and apart from that also get the recovery IMG files. There will be 3 to 4 files, vendor boot, DTBO and boot. Okay, in case of the Pixel 9 Pro, 9 Pro XL, you will get 4 IMG files. So let me show you what I mean. So over here you could see there is one more file which is the vendor kernel boot. In case of the Pixel 6 series, you will only get the vendor boot, DTBO and boot IMG. But for the Pixel 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL, you will also get the vendor kernel boot. So with that said, please get all the files. And once you have got the files, let's move on with the next step. So now get the Android SDK platform tools from my article and extract them onto your PC. You can do so anywhere you want. In my case, I've done that in C drive. As you could see, the following are the files of platform tools. Once you've done the extraction, now enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the phone. So let's now enable both the toggles. For that, go to the settings menu on your phone. From settings menu, go to about phone. Tap on build number 7 times, then go back, go to system, dev options and enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. So tap on OK. You might get one more prompt, so again tap on allow, and with this the debugging is now enabled. Let's verify that as well. For verification, go to the address bar of platform tools, type in CMD over here, hit the enter key. Now type in ADB devices and verify that you are having an ID. As you could see in our case, we are having an ID over here. Just tap on allow if it appears, and this is the serial ID which I am talking about. Once you've got the ID, you now have to unlock the phone as well. For unlocking, simply boot the phone to the Fastboot mode. From Fastboot mode, type in the command Fastboot flashing unlock. You will now get a prompt on your phone. So use the volume key to highlight unlock the bootloader and press the power key to confirm. And with this, the bootloader is now unlocked. Your phone will undergo a wipe and then boot to the OS. Once that happens, please re-enable USB debugging once again. Moving on. Now you have to transfer all the files inside the folder of platform tools. So the files are as follows: the boot, DTBO, vendor boot. In case of Pixel 9 series, you will get the vendor kernel boot as well. So transfer all the files over here and remove any numbers if you have at the very end of the files. That is not the case with all the others. In my case, I have got a lot of files, so I'm removing these numbers. The numbers get added when you have too many files of the same name. So let's remove that. Likewise, also transfer the ROM zip file over here. So copy the file, paste the file here. For the ease of convenience, let's rename it to something shorter. So let's rename it to ROM and the complete name becomes rom.zip. Once that is done, now boot the phone to the Fastboot mode. For booting to Fastboot mode, type in the command of ADB, reboot, bootloader, hit the enter key. The phone will now be in the Fastboot mode in a few seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. And once it's in the Fastboot mode, type in the command of Fastboot devices and verify that you are having an ID. As you could see in our case, we are having this ID. If you're not having any ID, then please install the Fastboot drivers onto your PC. The Fastboot drivers links are given here. Once installed, right click on the Windows icon and choose Device Manager. Then select the Android phone section, expand it, and you could now see your phone should be shown here as follows. If that's all well and good, then let's get started with the ROM flashing. So first off, let's flash the boot file. Copy the command and paste the command in the CMD window. Hit the enter key. Next up, we have the DTBO. So copy it and paste it as well. And then we have the vendor boot. So paste it. And for the Pixel 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL, you will also have the vendor kernel boot. So again, copy this command as well and paste the command in the CMD window. Once you have flashed these files, let's now boot the phone to the recovery mode. Then you will flash recovery, Fastboot, reboot, recovery, hit the enter key, and it will take a few more seconds for the phone to boot to the recovery, the ASP recovery, which is the DerpFest recovery. And once it's inside the recovery, your first action, so do a phone formatting. So please take a backup beforehand if that's all well and good. Then let's get started with the formatting of the phone. From the recovery, go to factory reset, format data. Data wipe is now done in a few seconds. So now go back, go to install update, ADB Sideload. Now type in the command ADB devices and verify your phone should be shown here. As you could see in our case, the Sideload is now shown here. If that's all well and good, then type in ADB Sideload, rom.zip, hit the enter key. The flashing will now start and take up to 4 to 5 minutes. So let's wait for that to complete. So guys, the flashing is now done. As you could see over here, if you want to flash any other zip file, then first do a reboot to recovery and then do an enable cycle of the zip file. For example, go to advanced, choose reboot to recovery, which is over here, then do an enable cycle of the required zip file. Finally, please do a factory reset once again just to be on the safer side. Let's do that, and it's now complete. Once that is done, go back, tap on reboot to system, and the phone will now boot to the OS. Do keep in mind that the first booting up will take up some time. That's all normal, nothing to worry about as such. So with that said, let's keep a tab on the boot logo or the boot animation, which might now appear in around 10 to 15 more seconds, and that will signify that the flashing has been done. So as you could see, this is the boot animation. So give it a few more seconds for the phone to boot up. So with this, we are now inside the setup screen. Let's get started. For now, I'm skipping all of this stuff. If you want, you may link to Wi-Fi, then restore all the data from your Google account as well. But let's skip that for now. That will take quite a lot of time. And I'm skipping this as well. Let's accept the terms and condition only and skip all the other stuffs for now. Let's skip this for now. Next. Gesture navigation is fine. Start. The wallpaper looks quite nice. And we are inside the OS. It has quite a lot of Google apps installed, as you could see over here. That's surprising. We also have the Viper FX audio mod. The gallery is from any other app. When we are having the Google Photos, I don't know why there is a one more gallery app. We also have the Gemini app. The music player Accord is also there. This is the new keyword styles, as you could see, with a hint of transparency effect. This looks quite nice. In the settings menu, we have the new style of the settings menu as well. And you could see each of them are having their own separate sections now. Likewise, there are new toggles as well, which is visible over here. Let's now have a look at some tweaks. Dark theme is given at the top. That's a new location I've seen first time. And apart from that, status bar tweaks are there for the quick pull down from the right hand side. Let's see now. It's working well and good. If you want, you may add a logo at the left hand side, but that will only take a lot of space, as you could see. BlackBerry and all such logos. For now, let's keep them turned off. You may change the clock positioning, add the seconds as well. Add AM, PM, change the battery status style from here, iOS 16. And it's now changed, as you could see. Brightness control, this is a handy feature. It's now working well and good. Let's go back and let me lower down the brightness, because in the recording is not showing as nicely. The brown theme is not going quite nice with the recording. Anyways, notification tweaks, only a couple of them are there. Buttons, edge action, long swipe. You may add a gesture over here, but that tends to overlap with the back gesture, so I'm not using that. Buttons is done now. Lock screen, unlock animations using the lock screen. Miscellaneous tweaks. Well, where is the spoofing option? Although we have the option to upload the keybox, but there's no plain integrity fix option. I am talking about this one. Let me show you. I don't know if I'll be able to pass a strong test or not, because in case of the plain integrity fix, we are easily able to pass the test as well. But currently that module is not there. I might be having a phone of Android 16 base. Okay, this is the phone. So this is what I am talking about. If I go to the settings menu, then go to the miscellaneous tweaks from here, you could see I am having the option of plain integrity fix and the option to get the pif.json file as well. But for now, okay, I'm offline. That is why it's not working. When you go online, you'll get the pif.json file as well. But currently, it don't have the option in my ROM. There's no option to get the pif.json file, nor is the option for the plain integrity fix. So although you could obtain root on the phone and then pass the strong test, but that will take quite a lot of time and effort. Let me see if I could simply upload the keybox file and get the job done or not. Simply loading the file, I am not quite sure whether it will work or not. Let's try to find out. I'm having a keybox file. Okay, you may ask for the file from me using these articles. Go to the articles down comment section, ask for the file. I will share the file with you by email ID. And once you have got the file, simply transfer the file onto your phone. Keybox new, this is the file I suppose. So let's transfer the file onto my phone and simply rename it to Keybox. Remove everything else from the end. So rename, and let's remove the Keybox keyword, the new keyword at the very end. And now let's see if simply loading the Keybox file will get the job done or not. I am not quite sure. Okay, it's showing all the info of the Keybox as well. That's something new. I haven't seen that. So, and let me just search for the plain integrity fix if there's something like that or not. Okay, swipe is currently not working. I suppose play integrity. There's nothing as such with that name, you could see. So let me just now install the app of Plain Integrity API Checker app, or simply you may also check from the Play Store as well, but you have to first log into Play Store. So let's now try to install the app, the Plain Integrity API Checker app. You may also simply check the test using the Play Store as well. I'll show you that. Both of them will work. Either use a third-party app or simply use the Play Store. So for now, let me show you how to get the job done by the Play Store. Okay, the app is being installed. So wait for a few more seconds. You keep a track at the top left as well, the progress bar. This is a new Android 16 style of the notification progress bar, and it's now installed. So let's just launch the app. For the first time, it might take a little bit longer, as you could see. And the app should, well, the Play Store closed suddenly, but we have got the app. Tap on check and let's see what happens now. So let me just, oh, that's strange. I am sorry, I was wrong. Simply using the keybox file also get the job done. Nothing else was required. I guess the rest of the things are being taken care of by the ROM itself in the backend. There's no option in the front, but that's not required because the ROM has taken care of everything. You just need the keybox file, then you will pass all the 3 tests with ease. Okay, I was saying about the Play Store test as well. Simply launch the Play Store, then tap on your avatar or profile icon. From there, go to the settings menu. Then you have to go to, I suppose, yes, about. And from there, tap on Play Store version 7 times. You'll get that you are now a developer. Now go to General. Dev option should be here only. This is the option. Go there. Tap on Check Integrity. And wait for a few seconds. You will now see Meet Basic, Meet Device, Meet Strong. We are passing all the 3 tests with ease. So guys, that's just about it. Apart from that, what else is there for us? So you can go to the system section as well. And in the system, you have the same old gestures which are there across all the USB ROMs. So I have to take a screenshot that is working or not. That is working quite well and good. Double press the quick tap. This sometimes works, sometimes not works. Take a screenshot. Let's see if it's working or not. Currently, as I thought, it's not working. I have to do a UI restart or the OS restart, I suppose. Although showing as the quick type is not in the backend, you could see quick type is detected, but still it's not working. So I guess a OS restart is required. Talking about that, where is the advanced reboot? Is there or not? Reboot, okay, it's there. We could do a restart with the recovery, Fastboot D, and the Fastboot. There's no UI restart. So the OS restart is okay, it's there in the front only. This is the UI restart. Let's do that. And now see if it's working or not, the back tap gestures, because that is quite a handy gesture for me. Still, it's not working. Let me turn it off, turn it on once again. Nothing as such. I don't know why. So currently it's not working. But apart from that, all the other features are working well and good. So guys, that is it from this video. Okay, just let me show you the wallpaper and style section. From here, you may change the clock style. Okay, in the lock screen, you have all these clocks that you could see from here. Let's apply this clock only. You may change the themes from here. Change the color of the themes. Other colors. This is something new, the DerpFest tab. Okay, this is new. I haven't seen this. So what's the difference between the other colors and the DerpFest colors? I am not quite sure, but we have now one more section over there. You could also change the app grid for now. Let's go with the 5x5. They also have till the 6x5, which will be way too much. Then the icons in the status bar, you can change it from here. Let's go with the Pavlova UI, and you can now see it's now changed. Likewise, we also have the font style, which you can change from here. Again, there are many options to choose from. Wow, it's a never ending list as such. Let's go with this one for the sake of reference, and you can now see it's now changed. Shape for the app drop on the status bar, and the home screen, the app icons will now be changed as well. You could now see. Let's keep it here for now. So guys, that is just about it. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, you let me know in the comment section. And thanks a lot for watching.